Cowboys rookie 5th round pick Asim Richards has looked very good on tape, and today we're going to analyze both his snaps at left tackle and left guard, and we're going to really get into why I think this guy could be a very good offensive lineman for the Cowboys. Now, the big question mark for him will be where his fit is. Is he a left guard? Is he a left tackle? And right now, I do think he's a better guard than he is tackle. And I do think ultimately, if anything were to happen to either of the tackles, it would be Tyler Smith that goes out to tackle, and it would be Asim Richards who goes into that guard position. Now, of course, with that being stated, I'm very excited to get into this film breakdown because of plays like this. You see right away, he's going to do a great job processing the defensive line game. And what sticks out to me on this play is the fact that he's the one that has to take this defensive end and pass him off into the tackle, because the defensive tackle here is coming back around, so he's the second man, which means it's Richards' job to fully pass this guy off. And he does a really nice job. I mean, you can see him get the hands into Nwosu Uchenna, who's the starting defensive end of the Seahawks, fully gets the hands into him, fully passes him off to the guard, although the guard doesn't do a great job picking it up, or at least seeing it initially. And of course, Richards comes back around, gets his hands on the defensive tackle and shuts that down as well. This is as great of a rep as you will see. I'm very fired up for this film breakdown. Let's get right into it. When you put Richards tape on, one of the things that's very clear is how physical and how strong he is. He's going to absolutely crush this defensive tackle, and he's going to move him out of the gap. This play hits for 6 yards, and he just does a really nice job by moving this guy. Now, I will say this within this play. He doesn't actually do his job necessarily. He is going to double team, but his job is actually to get up to the linebacker. And you're going to see the linebacker is one of the 2 guys that ends up making the play. Not a big deal. You do get a really nice block initially. But one step I would like for him to take is to get off the block and get to your actual blocker. Get to the linebacker and seal him off. Because this play could have popped for more yards had he been able to do that possibly. Because the running back would have been in a one-on-one situation here with number 22. Maybe he makes a guy miss. Either way, not a big deal. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. One of Asim Richards' best traits is his strength. I think he has elite strength, and I think it really flashes on tape. You know, we saw the last play in which he put a guy into the ground, and when he put someone in the ground in run blocking, that shows you his strength in that aspect of his game. But on this play, you're going to see the strength when it comes to pass pro. You see his ability to really anchor down within the rep. This defensive end right here has about 4 to 6 steps that he's going to take before he makes contact with Richards. So this defensive end is running full speed when he makes contact with Richards. So most tackles in that instance do give up a little bit of ground, but Richards is able to anchor within 2 steps. And to me, that's very impressive. That type of strength is elite. And I think that's one of the things with Richards that really sticks out to me on tape. The guy's very powerful. He's very strong. And I think that right there is going to allow him to develop into a really good offensive lineman. Now, of course, the question mark is he a tackle? Is he a guard? And I ask that question because you can see his technique doesn't look all that great, being an NFL tackle. First and foremost, he's very slow out of his stance, and I think we've noted that multiple times at this point, or at least I have, watching his tape. I've seen it multiple times. He's just a little sluggish out of his stance, which could be fixed, right? If you wanted him to be a tackle, you just need to have him work on that aspect of his game. But you can see as he kick steps here, it just doesn't look all that great coming out. Now, again, I do want to state this. If he's going to play tackle in the NFL, and if he's truly the swing tackle specifically for the Dallas Cowboys, in that instance, I think you just need him to practice that position, because playing tackle and guard are completely different positions in the NFL. And we'll get into his guard tape a little bit later on. I think he's an even better guard than he is a tackle. But let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Another thing that Richards does really well is he knows how to use his hands, and this is a great example of that. On this play right here, you're going to see the defensive end get the left hand into Richards, and Richards is going to do a great job breaking the contact. He's going to do a great job forking up the defensive end's left hand. So if you guys watch this in slow motion, the DN lands that left punch, and he's going to lift up Richards right there. And yeah, the hand does kind of land to the neck a little bit, but if you guys look at Richards' right hand, it almost seems like it's supernatural. He's going to get the hand underneath the elbow, and he's going to fork that hand upwards right there. And that right there is a really nice job. To me, for Asim Richards to be able to break that contact the way he does, readjust his hands and get them to the inside, he gets lower as he makes that second contact. That's very impressive right there. I know he got help from the guard, but even if he didn't, I think he would have anchored down and ultimately won this rep right here. So one of the very hard things with playing tackle in the NFL is reach blocking on zone runs, getting to the inside, specifically when you're the backside blocker. And I need to see more from Richards in this when he's playing tackle specifically. You're going to see this play here. He's not going to be able to reach the inside of that defensive tackle. And the tackle is basically wins this rep. So to me, I need to just see Richards be a little bit better in his blocking angles. When you have an inside reach, instead of coming outwards the way he does, he needs to really get wide out this way and try to hook off the defensive tackle. Because on inside zone runs, if the running back cannot hit it to the front side, the goal is to try to bend it into one of these backside lanes. And the way that this would work is if Richards is able to get in front of this defensive lineman, that could ultimately open the lane up right here. So again, this is just some criticism that I have for Richards. He has to continue to develop in zone blocking specifically. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Another really nice rep by Richards. Once again, he's going to anchor down against the defensive end here. Really gets the hands to the inside chest plates and just shuts this down. Really nice rep right here. Let's go ahead and get to the next play. Alrighty guys, so we're going to go ahead and swap into some of the guard tape from Asim Richards. Keep in mind, when he went over to the left guard spot, the other rookie, Earl Bostic Jr., came in at the left tackle spot. But a really nice job by Richards here. He's going to take on the defensive line game, process it perfectly. But this was really the other rookie, Bostic, who's going to be the one to really pass it off. He's going to get his hands onto the defensive end, pass it off into Richards. Keep in mind, Richards does a really nice job seeing it as well. You can see as he has his hands on the D tackle, he's going to look over and you can see the helmet really go from looking at the D tackle, looking towards the right and picking it up. He does a really nice job picking it up. And you see both of these guys basically shut it down, keep the quarterback clean. And the quarterback's going to throw it deep. Obviously, the pass does fall incomplete. It's a nice job right there by the offensive lineman. Now, I do want to state something. Earlier, I said that Richards didn't do a great job in the zone blocking as a tackle, but as a guard, that is not true. As a guard, this guy does a really nice job. And this is part of why I think he's going to end up being a long-term guard. And honestly, I truly believe this. I think as Tyron Smith retires, I think Tyler Smith is going to ultimately end up at left tackle, and I think Asim Richards is going to be the plan at left guard. Richards looks very good, and you see plays like this where he's going to double team with Matt Forniak, and he's going to get that hand in there. And honestly, this should have been a winning block for the center, but he struggled to really overtake it. And I say that because Richards does a great job with the right hand, really gets it into the D tackle, which should have allowed this center to flip his hips. And from there, he's going to do a great job getting to 48 and sealing him outwards. And had the center here held the block, the running back would have had a lane here. And this is because of Richards. He does a really nice job double teaming and then getting up to the linebacker. And he absolutely crushes this linebacker. Really nice job double teaming, getting and picking off the second level defender. This is what I like to see from a young rookie offensive lineman. It's a great job. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Check this play out. The Cowboys are going to put a defensive end in the 3 technique. And this defensive end is going to end up beating Richards at the point of attack. You got to do a better job here if you are Richards. And I only show you guys this play because this is one of the things I need Richards to just continue to develop. He needs to get aggressiver at the point of attack. He needs to make contact quicker and hit people faster. Because if he comes out of his stance the way he does here, where it's kind of slow and he almost waits for Bell to kind of make his move, is not going to work for him. And again, I do want to make this point clear. One of the big differences with Richards playing tackle and guard is the amount of space you play in. And it almost seems like what Richards does here is what you would do as a tackle, and it's not going to work. If he's going to play guard, he has to really learn the guard position and really develop that part of it where you hit people fast, you hit people quickly. But this is a nice move by the defensive end here of the Seattle Seahawks. He's going to do a great job attacking the outside hand, punch that hand down, hits the corner, forces the quarterback to step up into a hit by the defensive end. Not a big deal. Just wanted to point this play out. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Alrighty, guys. I want to go ahead and switch focus and get into the Jacksonville Jaguars game from last week, specifically the second half in which Asim Richards played left guard. Again, I think this guy's going to be a future guard, so I really want to get into more snaps of him playing guard. You're going to see him do a nice job here taking on this 3 technique defensive tackle. He's going to anchor down within the rep. Pretty nice job. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. I think watching Richards at left guard, he looks a lot better, and here's a good example of that. I think one of the things with Richards, as I pointed out in the last video, or in the last game specifically, is he does a really nice job with the hands. You're going to see that he's going to throw a punch, the D tackle is going to break the contact, and look at him just bring the hands right back up and basically set himself right back up in a position. It's a nice rep right there. Not a big deal, just wanted to kind of point it out. The guy has good hands, he has good technique, especially as a guard. Watch the double team block here and watch the movement that's going to be created with the left guard and center on this one. Just a really nice, powerful rep. This was the 4-yard touchdown run by Deuce Vaughn. You really see that power behind the left guard. I mean, to me, this is one of Richard's biggest strengths. He makes nice contact with the D tackle, really lifts him upwards. The center comes, and together they just move him. That's exactly what you want right there. You want to be able to block a guy, and keep in mind this double team block here is supposed to be up to the backside linebacker. And if you're able to take your guy and really just push him right into that linebacker, that's the best possible way to block a guy. So that's a really nice job right there. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Once again, another really nice job by Richards just to kind of anchor down here. Gets his hands on this defensive tackle and really sticks with it. Does not lose. The D tackle tries a couple different things to break the contact. Just another really nice job anchoring down. Now, when it comes to Richards, there's so many plays like this where he really just does his job, and we kind of just skip them because there's really nothing to analyze within the play. Keep in mind, this was the final play here of that Jags game for the Dallas Cowboys on the offensive side. Again, Richards does his job. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just to kind of wrap this up and really analyze Richards and just kind of give you guys my overview of him. I think he's definitely the real deal. I do think he needs to continue to develop, and as he gets smarter, quicker, is able to process a little bit better, this guy may end up being the starting guard for the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, I don't think he's ready today the same way Tyler Smith was ready day one, but the Cowboys also don't need him right away. Give him a year or so, and I think next season he's going to be a very good football player for the Cowboys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing. We have an entire playlist and library of Cowboys content that we've broken down on this channel. And of course, we plan to cover them this season. So subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.